sustainability and green energy, Viking heritage, welfare system, new Nordic food. Welcome to Denmark Explained, where we explore the rich tapestry of Danish culture, one captivating story at a time. Imagine small Danish flags fluttering in a Caribbean breeze. For over 250 years these islands were Denmark's, but in 1917 they became America's overnight. What sparked this historic sale? But before we continue, please support the channel by pressing the like button, share and hit subscribe. And if you want to see more, remember to click on the playlist link below in the description. Thank you. From 1672 to 1917, Denmark held the islands of St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, collectively the Danish West Indies. Originally a booming sugar colony built on slavery, the economy collapsed after emancipation in 1848, leading to financial strain. The 1868 referendum in the islands showed overwhelming support to join the United States, but the U.S. Senate didn't ratify the sale. The U.S. tried again in 1902, but Denmark's parliament rejected it. Denmark was still clinging to its colonial identity. In 1915 and 16, three factors converged. First, the economic burden. The islands were a money drain. Second, geopolitical strategy. There was real fear Germany might seize them and threaten the Panama Canal. And third, neutrality protection. Denmark feared German invasion and wanted to distance itself from conflict. Labor leader David Hamilton Jackson brought islander concerns to Copenhagen, helping tip opinion. So, in August of 1916, Denmark and the United States secretly agreed to a $25 million deal, which also included American recognition of Denmark's interests in Greenland. After that, the agreement was ratified in a Danish referendum, then approved by the Danish parliament and finally signed, becoming effective on March 31, 1917. On March 31, 1917, the Danish flag was ceremonially lowered and replaced by the American flag, which really marked the end of Danish colonial rule. Today, Transfer Day is actually celebrated as a cultural holiday in the United States Virgin Islands. So why does all this matter, both back then and now? Well, for Denmark, selling the islands meant they were freed from managing expensive and unprofitable territories. It also enhanced their national security and helped maintain neutrality during the First World War. Plus, Denmark secured international recognition of its sovereignty over Greenland. For the United States, the deal meant gaining strategic Caribbean naval bases to help safeguard the Panama Canal. It also prevented European powers, especially Germany, from gaining influence or even occupying the islands. Here's a question for you to think about. Would you have supported keeping the islands as part of Denmark to preserve their history, or selling them to ensure economic security and global peace? So, Option A, preserve Denmark's heritage in the Caribbean, or Option B, sell for financial relief and strategic alignment. What would you choose? Let's do a quick recap using the 5 W's. Who? Denmark and the United States negotiated the sale. What? The transfer of the Danish West Indies, St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. When? The treaty was signed in August 1916 and the transfer happened on March 31, 1917. Where? In the Caribbean and in Copenhagen. Why? Because of Denmark's financial crisis, U.S. strategic concerns during World War I, and the interests of the islanders, all of which led to the sale. Have you ever thought about visiting the U.S. Virgin Islands? You can actually explore beaches that were once under Danish rule and, learn about their unique history. If you're curious about Denmark's global influence, check out other former Danish territories like Greenland. And don't forget to subscribe and comment below. Which flashpoint in Danish history should we cover in our next video? We hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us bring you more amazing content. Join us here at Denmark Explained, where we uncover the wonders of Danish culture, one story at a time. See you in the next video.